Hello. Thank you to Bartia Kisan-san for this lovely building and conference, and thank you to Dr. A.K. Singh and Dr. Vijay Bhatkar, and thank you for the conference organizers, the sponsors, all the speakers, and the chairman. I'm a student at Maharishi International University, and I've come here to India primarily to learn, not just to share, but to learn. So I'm grateful, and I'm hopeful that this knowledge will make it around the world and be practically applied as such. Thank you. I'd also like to thank Dr. Ulrich Burke and the Fivefold Path Foundation for my recent internship with them into research and data with Agnihotra. And I would also just like to say how grateful I am to be in the motherland of India, where these technologies of consciousness have come from. Next slide, please. Okay, so my school is in the center of the United States in Fairfield, Iowa, a nice little town that acts as an oasis in the middle of the industrial agriculture capital of the world. Now, it was established in 1973 by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and I'm here primarily as a representation of that student body. Next slide, please. At my school, our primary slogan could be summarized as Yogasta Kuru Karmani, as Krishna told Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, or established in yoga, perform action. This is surmised with the practice of meditation, or as we do at my school, transcendental meditation, as being established in union at the most subtle level of creation. We operate in action. Everything that we do becomes automatically achievable as such. Education at my school focuses on the subject of learning, not just the object. Going in and figuring out, who am I? What is my life about? What is my purpose? And not just the subject matter of what is on the test. What do I have to think about tomorrow? But in the long run, who am I? And how do I connect to the greater universe around me? At my class, we have organic and vegetarian and locally sourced food in our cafeteria. We practice meditation in class twice a day, 20 minutes. We have classes on yoga, classes on Sanskrit, even classes on Vastu architecture, and classes on Indian classical music. So all of these desires that people have, they can learn these things at my university, along with all kinds of other subjects. Next slide, please. Okay, so my school was the first in the United States to actually in the world to develop a sustainable living degree. And that was maybe in the 1980s that they did that. And within the last 3 years, they've started a regenerative organic agriculture degree. Because we see that with organic, it may not be enough for what the challenges to come may be. Because in organic, we can maybe, it might not be in accordance with ahimsa. You know, in organic, you can buy chemicals and you can dump it on your land, even if it goes into somebody else's water reservoir. You know, you can cut off the horns off of an animal or pluck their beaks in organic. There's many standards of organic that have been lowered that do not follow ahimsa or non-harming principle. So it's very important that we adhere to this principle with respect to nature if we want it to provide for us in the long run in a most healthy fashion. Now, Rudolph's, at my school's farm, it is both organic certified and biodynamic certified. The founder of biodynamics, Rudolf Steiner, has made it clear that for a farm to be healthy as an organism, it must be self-sustaining. This must include animals. We must include animals into our farming practices in order to maintain the soil health. In regenerative agriculture, there is minimal tillage, and we find that with regenerative agriculture practices, such as using the cover crops and using the animals, there is increased drainage in the soil, increased tilth, there is increased bulk density, there's increased humus, microbial biomass, soil respiration, and within the produce, there's deeper roots, increased nutrient value with less required inputs as the land is providing for itself more of those inputs with the subtle exchange of bacteria in plants and biodiversity that's encouraged within regenerative organic. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi said that with organic, it's good that we have no chemicals, means no negativity. That. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so every single ancient civilization on the planet that has flourished has come from the rise from farmers. From those farmers, ancient knowledge. And every civilization may fall if they forget that knowledge. But if they keep that knowledge, then they are sure to flourish. Now, these technologies of consciousness that are used, such as meditation, yajna, and jyotish, have all function on the same principle, as well as the biodynamic preparations used, all function on the same principle of frequency at the most subtle level of creation, which is why they are most effective. The cow, in its physiology, it's in the Puranas, it is mentioned that the cow has all the devatas inside of it, including in the horn, in Shiva at the base, Vishnu in the center, and Brahma at the tip. Rudolf Steiner in biodynamics has mentioned that the cow's horns conducts cosmic energy into its body, into its digestive system, which is essentially the most intelligent digestive system on the planet, which is why it's important for us to make sure that those horns are kept intact. It's important for the animal to be maintained because they have a greater cosmic energy that they need to conduct. The rishis, as well as the farmers in ancient times, had highly developed senses because they practiced meditation. They spent a long time developing their senses, their sense of smell. With their sense of smell, they could smell the cycles of nitrogen. They could smell the cycles of phosphorus. They could smell the cycles of methane, and they could tell when things were ready to be planted, when things were ready to be harvested, by their smell as well as their attunement to the cosmos through meditation, because they were more naturally in tune with these cosmic phenomena. Okay, next slide, please. So, how can we take that ancient knowledge and bring it into today? How can we take in a modern context? And how can we place this idea of gurukul, right? So that we can have throughout education to have a relation with the family, with the community, and with the teachers that's addressed to all aspects of life in a most wholesome manner. Well, the Waldorf Foundation, as well as my school and other consciousness-based education institutions exist, and it would be great if there was more, and it would be great if we could take some of these classes and some of these ideas and apply it into the mainstream as well. It would be absolutely wonderful. Michael Fields' Agriculture Institute works with the University of Wisconsin, which is a government-funded institution by taxpayer dollars, and they do cover crop research. So they're taking regenerative agriculture techniques, and it's being funded by the government through a major institution in order so that farmers have to use less inputs, so that they're saving more money by using these cover crops that are being researched. So if we have more of these how do we say, bonds between organizations working together to help each other, then it should be most achievable for us. Also, I'd like to mention that my transcendental meditation is on a government loan. Basically, the government gave me money to learn how to meditate, and they loaned me money to learn biodynamics and Vedic agriculture and these practices. So we are coming into a time where this knowledge is becoming more accessible. Okay, and that is it. That's all I have to say.
For your valuable presentation through meditation in agriculture.